What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS, as we jump into a track that has been very heavily requested here on the channel, and I am very excited to be getting into it. It comes to us from Blaqbonez. This one is the official video for Go Home. I know this one's a little bit different, a little bit more on the drill influence side, but again, happy to explore it, because clearly you guys are interested in me taking a look. So, as always, friends, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. You can probably see we've made a few changes to the layout here in the room. We've got a very tasty new box, which is very, very exciting. So big up everyone supporting the channel and allowing things like this to be able to happen. So there we go. As always, friends, we're going to jump into this one. I'm keen to hear your thoughts, so do get your comments in down below. Let's jump into this one. Blaqbonez with Go Home.
Stevie B Beats.
I'm interested to see what he does flow-wise, to be honest with you.
Hey, it's been a nice week. You've been at the crib. You cook and you clean. On a wifey team. Went studio, made some hits.
The instrumental's really, really nice.
That look, I know how it feels.
Just before we jump into the main breakdown on this one, I'm loving the way the instrumental's been arranged. You've got this really kind of, I want to say smooth-sounding violin that's running throughout the background, giving the whole thing a sense of emotion, a sense of kind of eeriness as well. Big, booming 808 bass lines down below, again, giving this one a real sense of drive. And then on top of that as well, the video looks super, super clean. Those typical shuffling hi-hats doing the business as well. I'm very keen to see where Blaqbonez goes with this vocally. Across the introduction, you can kind of hear the Americanisms getting involved, which is just typical of this sound at the moment. It is a very kind of, it's a universal sound. It is drill, obviously originating in the UK, then sort of transcending around the rest of the world, and a lot of Americans have jumped on the sound, and then it's gone kind of global off the back of that as well. But I'm keen to see where Blaqbonez takes it vocally. Let's go.
But it's time to go home. Go home, go home, go home. I don't want that team no more. Go home, go home, go home. And I know that you bad as fuck, ain't got no way, so you need some love. And I know you can probably hate me, but you been really out here for ages. Go home, I don't want that team no more. Don't call my 234, cause some other hoes need my
very
love.
catchy.
And you never gonna be enough, there's never gonna be no us. Go home, I don't want that team no more. Yeah. It's a bachelor pad for a reason. I don't want to.
Really, really nice intro, man. Again, loving the fact that we've got such a potent violin line running throughout the center of this one. Again, I wouldn't say this is normally my kind of area of, I don't even want to say expertise. It's not really an area of sound I tend to listen to outside of the tracks that get requested here on the channel. So I don't really have as much of a scope of things to compare it to. But what it sounds like to me is that he very much is in control vocally. He's able to kind of maneuver his vocal textures, his kind of vocal patterns over what is quite a flat-sounding instrumental. Despite the fact you've got those kind of skippy hi-hats in there, the actual texture of the instrumental is quite flat. The bass line is the thing that gives it the most movement, and obviously those sliding 808s do tend to, they create some cool kind of ideas and cool kind of melodies as well, that sort of woo-woo-woo-woo sort of sound that we're so used to hearing across drill. I'm liking his approach, though, again, sounding very comfortable, very kind of clear in the delivery that he's bringing also, and in general, it's a cool approach from Blaqbonez, just to see him really sound so comfortable in this sort of setting. Really cool.
See no pennies hanging in my bathroom, beat that sound like treason. I eat pussy, but tonight I'm vegan. That big booty ain't blind my vision. Cut that bullshit, it's Playboy season. I ain't gonna die in a little preseason. I am a hoe. Yeah, how don't you know? Do I gotta
instrumental on this is tough,
I don't
man.
fucking think I stay so petty. I got chicks when I touch down steady. Though you bad, I ain't waste work. But it's time to go, don't call me. But it's time to go home. Go home, go home, go home.
Just listen to those string lines as well. Something I've always been quite critical of when listening to drill music in general, from around the world, is the fact that instrumentals can sound quite samey past a certain point. But when you start adding these kind of emotional textures into the layout, you start adding things like violins, you start adding things like cello, start adding kind of emotional string instruments rather than kind of harsher sounds such as brass, and you maybe even woodwind, start adding stuff like that in there as well, because that holds a certain level of emotion. It allows the tune to go in a different direction. It allows a certain level of finesse to kind of be placed over it, and it makes more kind of sense vocally to try different things. I think Blaqbonez has done a really good job of this one. Transitioning from the verses to the chorus sounds really clean, very, very, very clear as well. And I'm liking his approach, man. Again, he sounds comfortable. The whole actual arrangement of the tune sounds solid. And again, my favorite part about this is that violin line that we're hearing on the instrumental there. Let's go.
I don't want that team no more. Go home, go home, go home. And I know that you bad as fuck, ain't got no way. way, say you need some love. And I know you can probably hate me, but you been really out here for ages. Go home, I don't want that team no more. Don't call my 234, cause some other hoes need my love. And you never gonna be enough, there's never gonna be no us. Go home, but it's time to go home. Go home, go home, go home.
Really like the fact they've added that chorus vocal into the backdrop as well. Again, this is a tune that's all about kind of pushing the boundaries of what you can do vocally on a drill tune. I like the fact that he hasn't gone super melodic, but he's allowed other elements to take those melodic fronts. Something that I really dislike in a lot of rap music is when stuff is just bland. There isn't any sense of melody, any sense of kind of direction. It's literally rapping for the sake of rapping. I don't feel that's what we've got with this. We've got a catchy hook line that go home, go home, go home. It's very, very catchy. You can imagine Drake saying that. Like, that's the sort of level of catchiness we're talking here. But you've also got that sort of melodic movement within the bass line that's quite typical of drill, but those strings allow that extra sense of melody to run through. And I like the fact that we then move into this sort of chorus style vocal. You've almost got like a backdrop of people kind of saying it with him. Again, it adds to this, it adds to the kind of sense of direction of the tune. It adds to the overall power of how things sound. There's something so powerful about chorusing and what it kind of does to the human ears, because to us it sounds like loads of people getting involved. It sounds like loads of people saying the same thing, and we naturally associate that with a sense of power. So it's a cool addition to add in.
Go home, go home, go home. Don't call my 234. Go home, go home, go home. I don't want that team no more. Go home, go home, go home.
Gotta say, I've really liked the video for this. I say it quite regularly, it's very easy to make a simple video look good. It's not easy to make a simple video look good.
Ever since Squad could drop, I've been traveling in the studio working the album and out in
I don't know if we've switched tunes here into something completely different, but a big kind of transition there. We just saw a little switch up in scenery as well. The instrumental seems to have changed somewhat, that sort of string line disappearing. It's now almost a little bit skippier in the sort of drum sounds, but that bass line still sounding very, very solid as well. I'm assuming we're going to get one sort of final verse and then it'll transition back into the chorus, but I'm interested in this as a direction. I'd quite like the idea of a tune switching up halfway through and going into something completely different. I quite like that from a compositional perspective. So yeah, let's see where this one now divulges to.
Nobody's inspired me. Smoke exotic, my mom can be proud of me. I don't care, got too much on my mind. If she clingy, I tell her goodbye. I told that girl we ain't kissing, cause she really just came from Dubai. Y'all really know how it goes. Money turn friend in the foes. Keeping your enemies close. Don't let the coldest in this zone. I could go bare chest when I touch Heathrow. Ready to project, anything bucket. Y'all still struggle with free throws. Really, I'm done with you people.
Really liking this kind of switch up here, man. We actually get to hear a little bit more kind of flow and identity within the rapping across this segment, which is really, really nice to hear. I like the fact that we are able to hear him really become a bit more expressive, try a few different pockets, try kind of few different directions with that vocal sound that he's putting together. And it works really, really nicely, man. I think this is a really cool kind of transition, and it allows us to hear something a little bit different. Again, this instrumental almost getting some sort of icy textures within the synths that are riding on top of the bass line, taking us in an entirely different direction. If you put a different style of vocalist on this, it would almost sound like wave music, which is a really cool thing to hear. But yeah, I like the transition. I like the fact we've seen a couple of different scenes video-wise as well. But again, I can safely say it's not normally an area that I would explore musically, so to actually see them really dive into it and really kind of expand the sort of vocal ranges that we're hearing is cool. We've heard a lot of different directions from Blaqbonez on this, so hats off to him. What we'll do is we'll let this run through to the end and then give you our final breakdown. But yeah, loving the direction.
I've been in ghost since I got signed to the previous goal. I ain't rapping a while.
This almost sounds like a grime tune.
Tell me how did it go? When I said I'm the best in the continent, y'all stupid nigga was scribbling notes.
Skippy.
Your heart ain't good for you, son. Need to let that shit go. Stay focused on my beats like Vivi. Tryna sleep through the cracks, sneaky. While the FC's firing the BGs. They the tone if nigga be sleepy. In the middle of the night, I'm freaky. I'ma give her what she like, she needy. Be rapper.
I can understand.
She treat that bitch like, hey.
I can understand very much so why this is so popular and so many people have been suggesting it. It's a very cool sounding tune. I like the fact he's put the instrumental up as well. Something people don't tend to do very often. But loving the overall sound of this one. Blaqbonez with Go Home again. Something a little bit different for this channel especially, but a lot of people did request it, and obviously we've reacted to Blaqbonez tunes before. Not my normal area that we would review, i.e. sort of international drill music. It's not normally the sort of sound we go for, but I very much have enjoyed this one. Good to see Blaqbonez kind of stretching changing the wings, trying something a little bit different, and again, bringing a sense of innovation to a sound like this. This didn't feel like a typical drill tune. It didn't feel cookie cutter. It felt like he was just kind of taking it wherever he wanted to go. Again, love that sort of chorus block in the middle where we hear all the additional vocals, and again, the switch up for the final minute or so, giving us an almost grimy sounding instrumental. It sounds like old school Wiley, but really, really cool. Really, really cool overall arrangement. Guys, I want to know your thoughts on the tune though, so do let me know in the comment section down below what you like about this one, your thoughts on the track overall, and of course, whether you enjoyed the reaction, because if you did, I want to see you clicking that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff. That's it from me. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.